neuropharmacology, it will be very useful to understand the remaining topics. So just I will try to make you understand. I will tell the concept of that neuropharmacology. Okay. So neurotransmitters, neuro yes. So another 45 to 1 hour. So I'm going to explain this on the base of these below headings. Okay. So this heading normally physiological system, how our physiological system works. So a little bit about these things, visual pathways and everything. So it is not much important. I will take only for a few minutes. Then CNS pathological conditions. So in your, if you see that KD Tripathi, whatever the textbook you refer, there is a general anesthesia, anti-epileptic, neurodegenerative diseases are there. So in each book has given in a different order. So if you cluster that all into a three groups, okay, so that will be helpful to understand much better rather than going the what order as given in the textbook. Okay, so I will talking about that also. CNS pathological condition and how this transmission neurotransmission occurs and what are the different stages of neurotransmission and different stages how that each drug acts at particular stage, particular step of the neurotransmission. And finally, okay, neurotransmitters, excitatory neurotransmitter, inhibitory neurotransmitters. Okay, so even whatever I'm sorry, speaking, you guys can hear. So there is a multiple transmission and also visually that you are seeing this video. Okay, what a video matlab, that slide. So there is a retinal system is activating that is sending to the lateral geniculate body. There is transmission is going on in your brain at present also. Okay. Can anyone say that? Yeah, everybody knows this. I needed to ask who is this. Okay, do you know there is a one Deepika Padukone neuron in your brain? Each and everyone, those who know about her, have a one specific neuron specifically for her in your brain. Is there? Okay. So how it is come to the conclusion is that so in epilepsy patients, okay, here is a Jennifer Aniston, that Friends actor. I think most of them have seen that Friends TV series. So what they did, so in epilepsy, we have so many anti-epileptic drugs. Okay, so that is a first line drugs, second line drugs, and everything. So some patients it may not effective. Even they will try first line. If it is not effective, they will try the combination of the first line drugs. Even though if it is not effective, they will try okay second generation having a higher risk factor, higher side effects. They will try that. Even though that is not effective, then they don't know that physician might try to understand where exactly that excitatory, that stimulus pacemaker activity of the neuron is generating that is causing the epilepsy. So there is a 8 patient they selected. They put the electrode into the brain. Okay, in the especially some hippocampus also. So that electrode, micro electrode, can analyze the electrical activity of the one particular neuron. Okay, so here the what they did. So the patient's को electrode activity this installed. Okay, they each one electrode measures the each specific neuron activity. So here below that graph, B graph, you can see that it is a number of spikes. Number of spikes, how the neuron activate. If it is an increased activity, there is an increased action potential, you can say. And the x-axis is a picture. There is a 1 to 80 different type of uh, photos they showed into the patients. What you can yeah, what they observed is that so there is a one specific neuron, they are concentrated on one specific neuron. So when they show that various pictures, so that specific neuron is activated only when they show that Jennifer Aniston photo. Even that neuron is activated during that when they say the word Jennifer Aniston. Okay, so remaining other type they show any different type of picture that you can see here. Okay, during that time there was no activity, or else only minute activity was there. Okay, this x-axis, this is a y-axis. Y-axis is a number of spikes, that action potentials, and also it is a number of picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you can see that around 30, that is 31, 32, 33. Okay, that is 31, 30, that 28, 32, 29. These are the Jennifer Aniston picture that is was activated. Okay, remaining when they show the photo, that is not. This is especially in the hippocampus. So what you can conclude from this is that there is a memory. Okay, the memory is a circuit that is there in the hippocampus. Hippocampus is responsible for your memory. Okay, so when the initially that is short-term memory is converted into long-term memory. Okay, so long-term memory, when there it is there, specific neuron, specific circuit is meant only for that. Even you can see when I speaking, if you know that I am a Dr. Manukumar, so then there is a specific neuron will be activated in your brain. Okay, similarly the same experiment is done in for that Halle Berry. Okay, that when they show the picture of that her, during that time there was a activity. Okay, so how it's possible? So there is a visual, they are showing the visual picture. So there is a one particular neuron is activating in the hippocampus. How it may be, how it's possible? Okay, so I will. And if there is a long term memory, if there is a hippocampus, there may be spontaneous activity, that is a memory stored in the hippocampus in the circuit. Okay, so just imagine if there is a spontaneous activity of the particular neuron, or spontaneous activity of the multiple neuron in the specific region of the hippocampus, what you can expect? What you can expect? Okay, so there may be, it can be said that hallucinations, right? So hallucinations, in hallucination what happens if there is a something like that, if you see that any rope, something like that, or else even they have a visual hallucinations. In visual hallucination they see that many things that is not present there. That is because of activation, spontaneous activation of the neuron in the hippocampus. Okay, so if you have any doubts, if you if I'm going very fast, so you can chat also, you can say that in the question section also, please go slow, something like that. Okay, I will check it out. What are the main, what are the questions? I got so many questions. Okay, okay, yes sir. Thank you. Okay, so is it fast? So if you understand this, it will create interest in you, that will learn, that you will understand more about the drugs. Okay, and also you can see that hippocampus, there is a specific circuit is there. If there is a wrong connection, if there is a, in a pathological condition, the misconnection, that during that time, one, if you see that specific neuron is kept for Dipika, that when the picture is seen, that specific neuron should activate, then only you can recognize that that is a Dipika. If there is a okay, if there is a misconnection because of pathological condition, if there is a degeneration, there may be, because of that reasons, maybe you may get that hallucinations. Okay, so even that this not only for visual pathway, it has smell also, that visual, and having a hearing also. If you hear that specific voice, you can recognize because of all this circuit and memory in the hippocampus. Okay, even motor skills also. So specific cycle riding initially you will not get. When you have a motor, that is a motor memory, motor muscle memory, you can say that. Okay, this everything is a starting from that hand muscle to the neurons is sent to the thalamus to the hippocampus and everything. Okay, okay, change. Okay, so how that memory is converted in from short term to long term, that is called long term potentiation. Okay, so initially when they give a stimulus, there may be action potential or may not be. Initially, say, okay, you can see here. Initially, there is a small stimulus, there is a small spike that can be converted to action potential or may not be. This happens when you are reading also. Okay, when you are reading, when there, like example, I said that close chlorozip. Okay, any one drug like olanzapine is a typical antipsychotics. Initially you will have a less stimulus, you will not understand that. If it is a repeated stimulus, that olanzapine, then there is a neuron is stimulated many times, the response becomes stronger. So when the next time I say that one specific olanzapine, automatically the spike will be stronger. Sometime, okay, that information will be stored in your hippocampus. Okay, this is a stimulation. When the neuron is stimulated many times, it becomes very stronger. A strong response is obtained after the stimulating once. Okay, this is the long-term potentiation. Okay, so if there is a increased activity of that long-term potentiation spontaneously, that should, that is also become a abnormal. Okay, if if there is a physiologically long-term potential is required to learn short-term memory into long-term memory. If there's a pathologically increase in long-term potentiation, there may be calcium overload inside the neuron, then they undergo degeneration. That is happens in that some of the neurodegenerative disorders. Okay. So that is in Alzheimer's disease and also sometime in addiction. Okay, even though some drugs increases the long-term potentiation, L-dopa. So it is appear in the research. It is show that it is improves the long-term potentiation and pathological also that leads to neurotoxicity. Okay, so here uh, that is, brain neurons. Brain has around 9 billions of neurons. Okay, so each neuron, just imagine you are in the physiology, you read about that there is a typical diagram. One neuron as a entity to the synapse. Okay, but actually that is not the scenario in the brain. So each neuron have around 7,000 synapses. Okay, so 7,000 synapses. So just imagine how many synapses is there in the brain. So 9 billion into 7 and 7,000. Okay. So that number of synapses are there in the initially. So how it depends upon that particular images or else visual pathway. When you're seeing each individual, that synapses become a stronger because of long-term potentiation is converted to synaptic plasticity and everything. Okay, this in the diagram you can see that neurons and also there is action potentials here. Okay, so let's say based on this we will let's understand that how it works. And here is a retinal pathway, that visual pathway. So you have read in the pharmacology that some of the drug causes the visual abnormalities, blurring vision. Okay, for example, anti-epileptics like anti-epileptic drugs cause the blurring vision, and carbamazepine that we will discuss in detail when the in the section. Just I'm giving a overview how the drug causes side effects, visual side effects. Okay, so like example, carbamazepine. Carbamazepine is a drug that is a sodium channel blocker. You know that. Okay, so the example, before going to that, let me explain about this one. So this is a neuron 1, a neuron B. Okay, these two is connected by the synapse. Okay, so this were so what is required for the neuron A to activate? Some synapse neurotransmitter has to be released in the synapse. Then that neurotransmitter go and bind to the receptors, development of excitatory potential. Then it is action potential limited. Then it reaches the next neuron. Okay, is it okay? Fine. So I'm going a little bit fast. You already know all these things you are learn about in the physiology. Okay. So here, so you know that uh, so action potential. So I'm asking one question here. Okay. So click on that questions. Just wait for it. Okay. Can you see that questions here? Okay. So which class of drugs inhibits generation and transmission of AP matlab action potential? Yeah, that's right. Okay, let wait for the 2 minutes. I think everybody 94% you are answered correctly. 65%. Okay. Yeah, another 41%. It's okay if you wrong answer also, it doesn't matter. Just attempt. It is not going to. I am not getting answer what. So I will get a overall picture. How many correct, how many wrong. That's it. So try. Remaining 30% also should try. Okay, so this is neuron A and neuron B. So action potential generated. So action potential is a mode of transmission in our body. So answer is everyone 86% has answered is a local anesthetics. That is under correct. That is a correct answer. Okay, 12% answer beta blockers. So just imagine the beta blockers is an antagonist. Okay, antagonists have no efficacy. Okay, it does not act anything until unless it is a spontaneous activity in the beta receptors, then only it has a negative impact. Okay, or else it has a zero efficacy, that you know that antagonist doesn't act. Okay, diuretics is 1%, that is not a correct answer. Okay, local anesthetics is a that is a sodium channel blockers. When that's you do the surgery, during that time that the transmission occur from the skin to the thalamus, during that time that action potential is required. When there is a sodium channel blocker, there is no transmission, so automatically, okay, that become anesthetized. Okay, so what happens when the action potential is generated in neuron A? It is transmitted to the axon. It is terminate. Okay, in the other neuron is called a synapse. So what is defined? So activation of neuron B depends on what? Okay, so question is what? So it's a neurotransmitter, drugs at the synapse. So like neurotransmitters, it has a excitatory neurotransmitter, inhibitory neurotransmitter. If there is a excitatory neurotransmitter, automatically it will activate. Okay, and if it is inhibitory neurotransmitter, there was no activity. This is a general principle. Okay, so here in retina also, that whenever you see, just, okay, there is a one more question. Just answer which of the following is excitatory neurotransmitters. Yeah, last 5 seconds. Okay, so what is the answer? Glutamate is a correct answer. Okay, 68% you guys are answered very well. But GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and glycine is also inhibitory neurotransmitter. Dopamine, there is no, it depends upon the receptor, dopamine receptor. It acts as excitatory as well as inhibitory neurotransmitter. So it can be both dopamine. So your answer is, if you answer one, that is, it should be excitatory neurotransmitter is glutamate. Okay. So here you see that, oh, the nice diagram. So S- just whenever you are seeing, even you just imagine you are seeing this slide, specific slide, first you need to show, first attention is required. So there is, in, you are sitting in your home, you can see other tvs, also tvs, I don't know whether you are seeing these slides or watching other movies. Okay, so I imagine that you are watching, you are seeing this slide. So for that, it is attention is required. So attention, then, okay, okay, then input, the whatever that image present is there, it will go to that retina. So from the retina, it is into the lateral geniculate body. So in lateral body, from there to it is transmitted to the occipital lobe. From occipital lobe into the hippocampus, that is stored there. This is a normal visual pathway. Okay, so it is stored here. So initially there may not be, because of there is no long-term potential. It will take some time. Repeated stimulation is required to store that as a long-term memory. Okay. So how that acts? Let me. So there is a various. Uh, so lot of in that previous slide I explained about brain neural network as a 9 billions of neurons. In 9 billions there is around, each neuron is having around 7,000 synapses. This is a just imaginary this circuit. This first layer is a retinal, the rods and cones are there, that has a synapses that will go, and in the lateral geniculate body and thalamus, that is a synapse. Okay, so each rats and cones not only specifically involved with the one that neuron, it may have a, because of axon is a multiple. Okay, that will terminate in various neurons. That is a lateral geniculate body and thalamus. From thalamus, lateral geniculate is nothing but is a part of thalamus only. Okay, so there may be interneurons, that whatever we know in this neuropsychology is a infancy stage. We need to explore more about that CNS pharmacology, even CNS itself. Okay, from thalamus, the occipital lobe. Okay, occipital lobe also there is a multiple connections are there. Okay, so here the finally, can you see that last layer? I can't see here, hippocampus. If you are able to see, that's well and good. Okay. Yes, raise your hands. That's a very nice. Okay. So if you respond, that will be, I can say that you are listening to this lecture. Okay. So just imagine this is a normal circuit. Imagine, okay, you, when you saw that image, when you saw that any particular images, so not all the neurons, you know that in physics you are read about that is inverted image will enter the retina. During that time, whichever light is fall on the retinal cells, that cells will be get activated. Okay, just imagine here, these are the four cells. The black highlighted cells are activated because of the light. Picture of the Deepika Padukone is falling on these retinal cells, and these neurons are activated, these rods are activated. This is a black arrows is going, that is action potential that is transmitted to this one. So when you know that, so the specific EPSP generation, there may be IPSP or EPSP. That EPSP generation, there's sufficient neurotransmitter has to be released in that particular synapse. Then only that next generation, that next neuron get activated. So okay, this action potential, on the base of this you can see that this neuron is getting a multiple synapse connections. We can imagine that there is so much of neurotransmitter. So neurotransmitter acting on the receptors, that this might be activating this neuron and this neuron. This only one synapse may be positive or maybe may not be positive depending upon the neurotransmitter. Okay, So here, so based on that increased neurotransmitter concentration, these cells are activated. That will transfer into the next layer of this neurons. Okay. So similarly, this will path develops. This circuit is going on. Okay. So here occipital lobe. The finally you can see that one neuron is in the hippocampus. Okay, so this is the memory circuit of the hippocampus or koi bhi anything or else olanzapine what I said. Okay, this is a circuit. So once initially when you see that this is circuit, initially the only stimulus is there. So when you repeatedly read any something like that, this circuit becomes stronger, strengthened. That is called synaptic plasticity. Okay, so that's why when you are reading things you need to read repeatedly. Each and every one have a same pattern of the neuron, same pattern of neural network, but one who reads multiple time, attention fele attention is important. Then after attention, if you repeated stimulus, this circuit will strengthen. That's why you able to remember the things, okay, better. So just imagine if there is a if this is a normal circuit, if there is any abnormality in pathological conditions, if there is a damage to these neurons. Okay, what you can see, if there is a damage to the neuron, it will the blockage of that it will not send the signal to the hippocampus. That's why if it is occipital lobe, it is a hemorrhage. If there is a damage, the visual, okay, the patient can't see the things. So this is one thing, but the same thing. Okay, so just imagine if there is, I told that there is a specific circuit is needed. So to any sensory information, even that whatever that your mom is preparing at right now, then you will get a smell of that. So for that also specific circuit is activating. Okay. Just imagine if that by mistake, if it is all neuron get activated one time, what will happen? Anything? Sir, I'm my organize. It's okay, fine. If you're not able to unmute, also I am not able to hearing anything. So if any other students, if it's causing a disturbance, let me know. I will mute everyone. Okay, I asked that question. So if it is simultaneously activation of the all the neuron, what you can expect in chat section or else in a question section? Can you answer anyone? Okay, so nobody has responded to this. We will answer this later in the webinar. Okay, fine. Okay, so here, Nazir, if there is a increased activity of spontaneous activity, spontaneous generation of activity in that is a condition is seen in epilepsy. Okay, so epilepsy is a, we don't know exactly where the stimulus is spontaneous activity is generating. It is a unsynchronized uh, at a time there is a exaggerated activity of the all the most of the neuron or part of the neuron. Okay. So you know that whatever the brain functions with that neurotransmission, that is a visual pathway. So this is a auditory pathway. Okay. So you there is a okay. So the neurotransmitters released from presynaptic neuron to the synapse. The type of neurotransmitter responsible for the passage of message. Okay, how neurotransmitter transfer the message from one neuron to another neuron through the action potential. Okay. So there is a one more. Okay, so can you tell anybody? So for which condition you want to suppress the normal neuronal activity? I told in the previous, if there is a increased activity, okay, which condition suppress the normal neural activity? In which conditions you want to suppress the normal neural activity? That is, we are a physiological condition. In physiological conditions, where you want to suppress that activity? Okay, to induce a sleep, right? So if there is a if unable to sleep the persons, if you give the inhibit the neurons, okay, that person undergo sleep. If you increase the concentration of this the drug that is induces sleep, that may patient will go to the different, okay, that coma and general anesthesia. Okay, induce the general anesthesia. Even general anesthesia also, the normal activities will be there in the brain, but we need to suppress that activity to do that surgical procedure. So as a result, so that inhibitory neuro, we need to increase the concentration of inhibitory neurotransmitters, or else give a drugs that acts that increase the inhibitory neurotransmitters, or else other way is that, okay, drugs that blocks the excitatory receptors that we will discuss in the future slides. Okay? And also physiological anxiety. So these are the normal condition, normal physiological condition, but you need to suppress the neuronal activity. So you can suppress the neuronal activity. Okay, so to induce the sleep, to induce the general anesthesia and physiological anxiety. Okay. CNS disorders. So CNS disorders can be, okay, uh, can be classified based on that neuronal activity. That will, if you classify on the basis of this one, you will able to understand the form much better. So because of that reason, I am classifying the neurological disorders in this specific way. There is a various books explain in different way. Okay, so that is a very which condition there is a increased neural activity. Just imagine that schematic neural network, and also that what is the neural network also. If there is a increased activity in each and every neuron, okay, that leads to epilepsy. Okay, so if there is a specific region of the brain is activating initially, the specific type of epilepsy, partial epilepsy, when that particular region is generated to the whole the CNS, then the generalized epilepsy. Okay, so that occurs. So can you, on the base of this, you can understand that how we can stop that epilepsy. So we need to block the generation of action potential, or else transmission of action potential, right? Okay, can you think about any other neuro pathological condition where there is a increased activity of the neuronal activity? Next one is schizophrenia. Okay, so schizophrenia, so there is a but on the base of present understand, sorry, on the base of present understanding, okay, so there is a increased activity of dopamine here. Okay, so increase activity, but recently there so many hypotheses are coming, but pharmacology, we are using the drug that inhibit the dopamine neurotransmissions here. So as a result, we can see that improvement in schizophrenia. You can see that there is a hallucination, delusions. Hallucination, there is a hallucination matlab, so even though there is a of hallucination, visual hallucination, auditory hallucination, okay, tactile hallucination. So you know that you can understand the basis of that, why there is a visual hallucination, the spontaneous activity of that particular neuron in that circuit of hippocampus. Okay, that may be the reason for that hallucination. So some study says that that is a responsible. So in order to prevent the hallucination, you need to cut down the neuronal activity. Okay, if you cut the neuronal activity, automatically the symptoms can be abolished. Okay, try to answer these questions. Okay, epilepsy, that's right. Depression, Parkinson's disease. Another 10 seconds. I think total attendance is 220. Out of 220, 150 as answer. Remaining, I don't know what they're doing. Okay. And also anxiety disorders. So in anxiety disorders also they show that there is a specific region in the thalamus, there is increased activity because of this anxiety, tremors and everything is there. So you can understand that what is the reason for tremors also. There is a that spine central nervous that passes that signal from the spine to that muscles, particular muscles maybe that increase activity, but because of that reason there is a tremors. So these are the various pathological conditions where you can see that there is an increased neuronal activity. Addiction is a different pathophysiology, that is increase in activity, and sometimes there is a decrease that we will discuss in the coming that addiction, drug dependence, and drug in that lecture in detail. Okay, what is the treatment? So, what is the treatment for this? Okay, so if there is increased activity, so we need to decrease the neuronal activity. Okay, so reduce the neural activity, so automatically there is a treatment for these various conditions. You know that epilepsy, so sodium channel blockers, whatever that there is action potential generation, we need to inhibit that. In schizophrenia, there is increased dopaminergic activity, we need to suppress that. In anxiety disorders, there is a increased activity, we can suppress by giving a inhibitory neurotransmitters. Okay, or else increasing the GABA. The GABA is a new inhibitor neurotransmitter. But if you increase the concentration of neurotransmitter, it occurs. Similarly, in addiction also. Okay, so decrease in neuronal activity. In which condition you can see that decrease in neuronal activity? No, those who are epilepsy. How can you say that epilepsy? Epilepsy is a wrong answer. Just now we have explained. So there is, I think, only 1%. Okay, 1%. 2% are answering epilepsy. No, it's wrong. So epilepsy, there is a increased activity. Pathological condition, decrease in neural activity. In which condition you see the decreased neural activity? So just now in previous slides, I explained about that in epilepsy, there is a increased neural activity, that is spontaneous activity of the neurons. Okay. So those who are answering epilepsy, please correct. That is epilepsy is not a correct answer. Okay. So decreased neural activity is seen in that depression, okay, neurodegenerative disorders. In neurodegenerative disorders, sorry. So in neurodegenerative disorders, why there is a decrease in decrease activity, neural activity? Because there is no neuron. So neurons undergoing degeneration of because of various reasons. As a result, there is no activity. Just imagine in the circuit previous section when I show that slide, if there is a one layer of the neuron is undergoing degeneration, there is no transmission of impulse. As a result, you can see that there is a neurodegeneration that is happening in that Parkinson's disease. Okay, and also Alzheimer's disease. So Addington's chorea, these are the various neurodegenerative disorders. Okay. So what is the treatment? If there is a decreased neural activity, we need to increase the neuronal activities. How can you increase the neuronal activity? Okay, so we can increase the neural activity by dopamine agonist, okay, or else increase the excitatory neurotransmitter in the synapse. Okay, so various way we can increase the neurotransmitters. How to alter the neuronal activity? So in pathology, neuronal pathology, there is a increase activity or decrease activity. Okay, just I will take a 5 minutes break. Okay, think about this question. So you need to think about that. What are the neurotransmitters? What are the beta neurotransmitter? How can you think? Okay, about these questions. I will come back in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Hi everyone. So did you think about the questions? How to alter the neuronal activity? So either if there is an increased neuronal activity in pathological condition, we need to decrease that. If there is a decrease, we need to increase that. Okay. So how to increase? So like increase the excitatory neurotransmitters in the synapse, like increase that. What is excitatory neurotransmitters? Like dopamine, serotonin, or acetylcholine. So these are the excitatory neurotransmitter. You need to increase the concentration of these excitatory neurotransmitters. Okay, or else you can act. we need to use the drugs that acting as a agonist to this specific receptors like GS type, okay, or else that ion channels that increase the sodium and calcium entry inside the neuron. As a result, if you give any drugs that bind to the ion channels, as a result of that, that entry of calcium increases or sodium increases, as a result action potential generated. So this is where we can increase that uh, neuronal activity. How to decrease the neuronal activity? To increase the inhibitory neurotransmitter in the synapse. The most common inhibitory neurotransmitter is GABA. So we need to increase the concentration of GABA in the neuron. Okay. So how can we increase the concentration? Either we need to prevent the increased synthesis, or else decrease the degradation of the GABA, or else it is some neurotransmitter is taken back into the neuron presynaptic uptake. We need to prevent that. Okay. Or else give a GABA agonist. Okay. That GABA agonist is a, as soon as the GABA drugs acts on that GABA receptors, there is a entry of chloride ions. Okay. So as a result, there is a EIPSP. There is no transmission of impulse. There is one video was there. Just I wanted to show that video. Okay, fine. So I will show that video afterwards. Okay. Okay, that video I don't know whether you're able to see or not. So that is how that video is available in the YouTube. So whenever you get bored of sitting at home, okay, during that time, just check out the neurotransmission transmission in the YouTube. You'll get so many videos and try to understand that. You already know, okay, the neurotransmission plus drugs you act, so you will get understand much better. Okay. So here is a schematic diagram of the synapse. One synapse in our brain, there is a multiple, matlab billions of neurons. Here is one example of the neurons. Okay. So there is a various stages of the neurons neurotransmission as such. The first, there is an influx of calcium. So how that influx of calcium? So I will explain each step with the drugs acting on the specific stage of the cycle, stage steps. So once the calcium enter inside that presynaptic membrane, so that as a result, that exocytosis of the neurotransmitter is stored in the vesicle that is released in the synapse. These neurotransmitters go and bind to the postsynaptic receptors, and so after binding, these one taken back by neurotransmitter the transporters, or else some cells undergo metabolism, right? Some neurotransmitters undergo metabolism degradation. The first one is entry of calcium. Okay, here is a entry of calcium. So what is a when action potential reaches the terminal stage of axon, so as a result voltage